Hello everyone and welcome to Sheltered. Sheltered's a game that I've played dozens upon dozens of times. I love this game a lot. It is a survival 2D game where you and your family or friends, however you want to play it, have found a shelter in the midst of nuclear fallout. And as you wait a few days for, well, I guess forever. It's not like, I was thinking of 60 seconds. In the aftermath of fallout, there's radiation outside, so you have to craft and make things in your shelter so you can venture out, get things to come back. And it's a lot more expansive than some other similar type of survival games like 60 seconds. And unlike 60 seconds, you can actually beat the game. In a way. I don't know if it's actually a thing where it has an end, but there is a point where, like, there's nothing the game can throw at you that's gonna kill you. But I am not that skilled in this game. But I love it a lot. As you guys know from my update video, I was looking into doing Subtext Skies, and at the moment I'm kind of Minecraft out, and Sims is still a little volatile for the next like week or two. So I have that on the back burner, and I'm gonna start working on that soonish. But for now, I wanted to play another game that I can just have some fun with. This game is completely unmodded, unlike most of my games that are heavily modded. The main reason is not because I don't want to mod it, it's because it's impossible to mod this game. The developers never put any modding capabilities in this game, and there's only really one person that put in the effort to get this game to a point where it can be modded, but I guess there was just not enough traction for it and they just gave up on it. From what I could tell, the developers contacted them and was like, hey, we would like to have our game moddable, so if you could help us with that, that'd be great. And I don't know if anything came out of that. But yeah, so we'll be playing this. It's a lot of fun. It can be really hard at times depending on the difficulty, but it's not a frustrating type of hard like 60 seconds is. I do own 60 seconds. I will not be playing it on stream ever. I don't even know if I'm ever going to play it again, in honesty. It's kind of one of those games that you play a few times and then you're kind of like done with, you know? But let's get started, shall we? Instead of just sitting on the frame forever. But as I was saying, I did look into Subtext Skies, and I am kind of done with Minecraft at the moment. But I still looked into it, and it kind of sucked. So I decided to not go with that. And let's create a family. We're gonna do a custom difficulty. Yes, a custom difficulty makes it so that you cannot put your stuff on the leaderboards, but after looking over the leaderboards, most of it are like cheat accounts. Like, I'm pretty sure you can still put cheats in the game, and they're like 50, 100,000 days, and it's like 30 to 40 of those, and they're all under a name that's unknown. And then throughout the leaderboards, there's like hundreds of these like unknown, and then once in a while you'll see an actual person's name. So it's like, there's no real point in it, you know? So, chance of rain is very important. You can go see no leaderboard for this difficulty setting, but that really doesn't matter, especially for the stream and let's play. Like, it doesn't matter. We can go excellent, which means it's gonna rain like every other day, which, unless you're like first starting out, it's kind of boring. I never do drought. I tried it once. It was way too difficult. Usually I either do good or poor. For this, I kind of want it to be a little bit more difficult. But not like crazy. So I think we're gonna do poor. Map resources, we're gonna have thin. Breach frequency, I want frequent. And the reason is on occasional, I've had a breach once ever on one game. I want it to happen like at least once, you know? Faction density, I want heavy factions. Purpose mood, I want paranoid. Map size, I want huge. No, I'll put it on large. Now, here's what will really change it. Is having fog of war. Fog of war basically makes it so you can't see anything. So we either do chance of rain good with fog of war on, or we have poor and off. I think we're going to turn it on and have it, not drought, and have us a good chance of rain. Because that's just difficult enough to be like a bit of a challenge, but not like, oh, you got a little bit of bad RNG, your game is over. You know what I mean? And I've played it plenty of times, so I'm not going to load my preset family because I want to show you guys how to make a family here. And for this, since the people on my channel are more familiar with this family, we're going to go with Morgan. And here you can change like colors and stuff. You really want to mess with the head types and stuff first. There isn't a whole lot, but we can do this. I'll do this one for Morgan, I guess. And then body type is just like the top, I guess. And this is honestly my favorite one, where it has like the little bag, so we're gonna go with that. And then the legs, I'll go with shorts, mostly because that's what Morgan tends to wear anyway. And do we have a red? There we go. It's our Morgan, guys. So, let's see. Athletic, troubled, street smart, logical, well-rounded. Well, I think well-rounded is kind of like boring. I think we're gonna go with logical for Morgan. Okay. My fiance just told me to remember to tell him about Jewish wine when he gets home, and I am very confused. So this is something that's very important. What is the one trait that you can choose? You get 2 traits. You get a good trait and a bad trait. And if you choose, and these are all the good traits. Some of these traits are literally pointless, and if I remember to, once I put this on YouTube, I will try to put it in the description, the like page that shows these. But like hygienic is one of the ones that's kind of useful. Small eater is kind of useful. Courageous can be useful, but for the most part of the time, it's not. You just don't want the opposite of the courageous one. Deep sleeper is pointless. Proactive, I believe, is pointless. Optimistic is pointless. And resourceful for the most part is useless. Hands-on is what I'm going to choose. It just makes it so you're a little bit better at, repairing and crafting things. You're a little bit faster. So, that's it. And as funny as it would be to have 3 children, because I think you can actually do that, but you might not be able to, I don't know. We are going with Fern for our second person, because she's my favorite, and you guys know she's my favorite. So, change your skin color just a bit. And here we go. I think. No, this one's closer. Because, like, her main skin color is, like, closer to Diana's. She has, like, braids. So I think I'll go with this because it kind of rests on her shoulders. There we go. Maybe... Man, I don't know. I think this will be fun. It's difficult because she has vitiligo, so I'm like, where should I put her default at? Because it's not like you can do vitiligo with these kind of games, or most games actually. So we'll go with body type, and I think we'll go here. I think that'd be good. I think that color is good. And for her legs, we'll give her capris, I suppose. And then I think I'll leave her well educated. I think that's a good choice for her. And for her, I think I'm gonna pick Small Eater for the childs. This one's a tricky one because most of the kids that I care about are like older. Because I am going to rehash the series, so most of these children won't even matter in the end. So this isn't canon. I think I'm gonna do Arush and Bernard as the children here, who are older than her, than the other two, but you know, it's fun. There we go. And then we'll go with proactive, I guess. I think that's one of the less helpful ones, but it's not negligible. And Bernard. It also has like a darker skin, but I think... No, I think it was Arush that had like the lighter of the two. And then Bernard had the darker skin. Yeah, that's what it was. I want to give Bernard the bandana. I don't know why. He's not a ruffian, but he's more of a ruffian than his brother is. His mildly older brother is. They're like 4 days apart, maybe. I'll give Bernard the thing there. And shorts. I hate that it's like the colors are up here. Bernard's thing was blue, so I want to go with that lighter blue. And just... He would wear khakis. So we'll go with that. I'll leave him his hands on. I think that's relatively good. I think alert is a good one for him. So, no, not the Burke. I mean, that's close, but... And the pet's name... I wish I could remember Cassiel's cat's name, because I would name it after that, but, you know what, I'll just name the pet after Cassiel, which is going to be a cat. Because the cat is, like, the best pet, in my opinion. Well, actually the dog is, but we're gonna keep a cat instead, because the dog is kind of... It's a little too helpful, if that makes sense. Like, you can bring them on like journeys and stuff, and they will attack animals for you and stuff like this, but I think it's better to have the cat and just like a little bit more of a challenge. We do want to play the tutorial because things are a little bit more balanced if you do. I'm going to turn the sound down for the game just a little bit. You can zoom in and out like that. Move around with the WASD. You can speed up time and stuff, but I don't think it's going to allow me to. My friend's gonna fix it, even though it would be better for Morgan to fix it, but, you know, whatever. Just how the tutorial works. Yeah, I don't think that my... Yeah, I don't think my buttons actually worked. Sad. Let me see. Set up. Let me see. Yeah, I think I had the wrong thing there. Yeah, there we go. And now we'll want to start by upgrading the shelter. And she is going to expand it. Let's see. This one has that. There's the toilet. So we need the shower. And he'll broadcast traders. Broadcast for traders. And he has to do that. Take the suit and fix that. Because whenever you go up here, you activate the suit. But if you're on an expedition, you just need a gas mask. Because I guess the point of this is that you can wear the hazmat suits for like a little while. But if you wear it out in the actual wilderness, it will degrade and be useless. So and you can start with the sleeping bag and make beds later, but I feel like it's better to just make one bed first. And also you don't want to do that yet because we want to make one of these to bring with us. And now she can go, and I'll set Irish. And since we have the fog on, you can only see these ones that are like close by. You want to get a gas mask for each person. Any bags if you have them, because it increases your inventory. And ideally you'll want some kind of weapon. You can start with like wood and pipes, and then from there I can have him equip that and that. You can bring like anti-rad or something else that's worth a lot for trader fodder, but it's so rare that you find people in the wilderness, and that just takes up a slot, so and I'm gonna have him take a drink, and then just gonna craft that. Search location. And approach. You want to approach most people unless you're like in a really dangerous game mode. And here's the point where we want to bully. Because you don't want any recruits. In my experience, you never want to really recruit people. It just ends up biting you in the ass. Trading, there's nothing to trade. So bully is what we want. And we'll show the fighting thing. You always subdue. In my experience. Because they'll pass out, you won't get any trauma, which I will show off in a minute. Damn, now he's subdued. I'm gonna try subduing one more time and then we're gonna run. Yeah. Wow, that is unfortunate. Well, that's part of the game.